G'day guys, so back out here with that Banjo this weekend. Come out on his second camping trip. It was his first backpacking trip. Last time we did it with the car camp, but I thought this weekend we'd try and do a little wild camp out of the backpack. So yeah, keen to see how it goes. Come to this really beautiful river here. We're just going to walk down another couple hundred metres and find a nice little place to sub camp for tonight. You keen, mate? Bet you are. Banjo, come back. Come on, buddy. What's your thoughts, mate? It's not a bad little spot here. Relatively flat, it's a little bit sloped. Got a very nice view of the river. What do you reckon, mate? Not a bad spot. Alright, so what I've just done is I've attached a really long ridge line between these two trees here, and I've attached Banjo's rope lead to his carabiner, and I attached the carabiner to the ridge line, so that way it can run freely up and down the ridge line, and basically gives him this whole area to sort of roam around and not feel too restricted, because we're going to start getting the tent and all my sleeping gear set up. And I just want to focus on that with having to worry about Banjo sort of wandering away. And I had quite a few people after the last Banjo camp suggest to do this when you're out in the bush. If you sort of want to keep him tied up but give him enough room to sort of roam, then this is yeah, a good way to do it. How's that stick, mate? Tasty? Alright, so I got a new tent recently. This is by Lux. This is a Hexpeak V4A, which is a 1 to 2 person pyramid style tent. And the reason I got this is mainly for camping trips with Banjo. I figured being a pyramid style tent that's a floorless design, it does have a little bug mesh in it that you connect up, but there's quite a big vestibule outside of that where Banjo can sleep, and during the night when he's going to go to the toilet, he's likely to scratch at the tent, and if I was just using a normal tent, he's going to put holes through the fly mesh. So being the fact this doesn't really have a fly mesh in the big vestibule part, he can scratch the tent, he's not going to put a hole in it. So I think it should be good for that, and also I'm pretty keen to use this in the snow next year as well. I think that should be a really fun tent to use in the snow. So yeah, let's get it set up. So it's got this pole that's going to hold it up. You can just use a trekking pole or even a stick, but I decided to purchase this as well. So that's the actual pyramid tent, and this is the mesh inner. well, that was pretty quick and simple to set up. If you have a look inside, there is so much room for activities. Stacks of space. So now we'll set up the inner bug net. And this is just the inner bug net that goes inside of it. Banjo's been a very good boy. He's just over there snoozing by the river. I'm pretty jealous, to be honest. It's alright, mate. I got this. You just sit over there and relax. I'll do all the work. Alright, well, she's all set up. Give you guys a little look around. So as you can see, massive vestibule space. And there's the inner bug net which attaches to the top. So yeah, should be pretty good for tonight. It's not exactly the most level ground here, it's a little bit sloped, but I think we'll be able to make it work. Someone up from their beauty sleep, are they? Well, don't worry, mate. I've got camp all set up, so nothing for you to do but sit back and relax. Alright, so for sleeping gear tonight, I brought out my Cedar Summit Comfort Light self-inflating mat. The reason I decided to bring this one rather than just like an air mat is because Banjo likes to cuddle during the night. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'll try and get him to sleep out in this vestibule, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get in there with me. So rather than bringing an air mat, which he might be able to puncture, I thought I'd bring in the self-inflating mat because it's a little bit more durable. And then I've got the Alton -5 quilt, a little Cedar Summit Eros pillow, and I've also got this summer fleece sleeping bag which I'll use for Banjo tonight to keep him warm. So the thing is meant to get down to about 2 degrees, so yeah, pretty chilly. You guys will be glad to know I finally got a Cedar Summit Etherlite XT insulated mat. Came the other day. Like I said, I was going to bring it out this trip, but I didn't want it to get punctured on the first trip, so I'll bring that out next time. Hey buddy, so you're home for tonight. What do you reckon? Oh. 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 Filming with a dog and a tripod. Just waiting for him to knock this camera over. Man, this is such a pretty river. It's so beautiful and so peaceful. Got that afternoon light now as well. We've probably got about an hour and a half till it gets dark. Almost golden hour. Almost time for a gin and tonic. I was wondering whether this river has any fish in it. Looks like the fishiest river. Like, if this has trout in it, which I think I have read accounts that it might have trout. There's so many great little runs and stuff where the trout would pull up, so very keen to maybe bring the rod with me next time. It is the close season for trout, so I decided not to bring it with me this trip, and also I thought I'd have my hands full with Banjo, but if there is trout in this river, it'll be a very nice place to fish. Man, he's been such a good dog. So haven't got him tied up to that ridge line. He's just free to roam wherever he wants, but he just seems to want to hang around me, which is really good to see. I've got a lot more confidence with him now, which is good. He just seems so interested in everything, like every little sound or smell. He's just really alert. Banjo, what do you reckon, buddy? Not a bad spot, hey? Watch out. So the sun's just set and it's starting to get a little bit dark now, and he's getting a little bit spooked out, it seems, again. He's not really settling and he keeps looking around, so I think he's a little bit unsure. That is delicious. So I've got the Gudger Digby gin today, and paired that with the Fever Tree Mediterranean tonic, and it is so tasty. Bloody delicious. And what a beautiful spot. Definitely a nice place to take him for his first wild camp. Banjo, come. 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 Not exactly the most obedient dog in the world. He's actually usually pretty good, but right now he's just so preoccupied with what's going on around him. There's no chance he's going to come over here. He's actually been pretty good today, better than I was expecting. When we first pulled up, we went for a walk down here and stuff just to scope the area out before we decided to come down with the backpack. And he was good walking down here and stuff, but when we went back up towards the dirt road where my car's parked, he saw the dirt road and he started sprinting up the dirt road, and I was like, bloody hell, here we go. I've got a little whistle on me, so I managed to whistle that and he got his attention, and then I ran the other direction, so he came and chased after me, so I eventually got him. But that kind of spooked me out a little bit. That's why I've been a little bit cautious when we're walking in here, just to hold the lead most of the way. But once we got in here, he had a bit of a rest, and after that he's been such a good dog. He's just been chilling, walking around. Like, I don't think I really need him on that ridge line. Spilled my gin. But I don't think I really need him on that ridge line. I think he just honestly is standing around here, but the fact he's a little bit spooked, yeah, I think it's probably a good idea just to keep him on it. Actually, I think he's got his leg caught, so let me go fix him up. I'll be back in a sec. Come. Come around here. Come. On your mat. On your mat. No, you don't want to, do you? You really don't want to. Come. Alright. Oh, some food. He is so not sure. Anyway, yeah, we'll get some dinner on in a second. Just got some crumb lamb cutlets, which I'm very much looking forward to. Know what you want, mate? Nice pigs here. There you go, buddy. No, you cannot go bury this one. What's the bet he tries to bury this? Banjo. Why would you try and bury that, mate? Oh, you are a joke. Just saving that one for later, eh? Oh, mate, you're a joke. Alright, so for dinner tonight we're just going to keep it pretty simple. Just going to cook up some broccolini. I think Banjo's keen. And some lamb cutlets, or crumb lamb cutlets, which I definitely know Banjo would be keen for that. But mate, I gave you a pig's ear and you decided to bury it, so these are not yours. Oh, not bad. Well, there you go. A pretty simple dinner, but man, that looks bloody delicious. Oh. You are kidding. That is delicious. Wow. Well, good morning. Welcome to a pretty gloomy morning this morning. Had a bit of rain last night. Heaps of condensation inside the tent as well. Like everything was just dripping last night. But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting night. Banjo probably woke up, gosh, like half a dozen times or something. I think he had a pretty restless night. One of the times he had to get up to take him out to the toilet, and the rest he just couldn't really get comfortable. He's so used to sort of sleeping like right up next to me. Like at home, honestly, he sleeps like on my neck. He's just such an affectionate little dog, whereas here he couldn't really do that. We're on a bit of a slope here and he couldn't just really get comfortable. Also, he put a hole in my mat. I let him sort of I tried to make a space at my feet for him to get comfortable, and I don't know what he did, but yeah, he put a little rip in it. So I managed to patch up some duct tape last night, so I'll have to fix that when I get home, which is a little bit frustrating, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he gets better after a few more camping trips. He just seems so unsettled out here at night time. But I think he's very keen to go for a bit of a walk. So we might go for a bit of a walk further downriver, and we'll come back and get some brekkie going. How good does that look? Now that is my kind of breakfast. Banjo. You were so close to knocking that camera over, buddy. So close. Alright, so the verdict on the new tent. Now, I like it, but I don't know if I'd say I love it just yet. There's a lot of condensation on the inside. Like, inside was just dripping throughout the night. Banjo kept licking it off, which is pretty funny. But yeah, this is a 1 to 2 man version. I kind of think now I probably should have went the XL version, which is a size up, because that's a bit taller, so it gives you a bit more headroom, and I think the walls on that are a bit steeper because I'm about 6'1", and my head and my feet were touching the sides, so my quilt got pretty wet last night. So I think if I went the XL version, it'd just give me a little bit more space, especially having banjo in there. I think it'd be a little bit more roomier. But I do like the fact that it's a floorless tent, so that way banjo can't put any holes in it, which is good. I'm keen to give it a few more test runs on some more level ground in the future, and yeah, then we'll sort of come up with the verdict. Yeah, so just here is where banjo put the tear in it. So I've just patched it up with some Gorilla Tape, which actually did a really good job. Like, it didn't leak after I patched it, which I was quite surprised, to be honest. It's a pretty decent little tear as well. So when I get home, I'll patch it up properly, and hopefully yeah, that'll make it good as new. So I'm very glad I didn't bring out my new Ether Light, because if I got a hole in that on the first night, I would have been absolutely spewing. So at least it was in this one. I should be able to patch it up yeah, nice and easily. Yeah, so the quilt's a little bit damp from rubbing against the condensation, but I was so warm last night. Like, I had my puffer jacket on as well. I had to take that off throughout the night because I was actually too hot. So yeah, this quilt does such a good job. I really like it. Who's that good boy over there? He's been sitting there for about 20 minutes. Who's this good boy over here? Mate, you're being such a good boy at the moment. Want to go home? Alright, let's go home. Alright guys, well, I think it's about time we wrap this video up. I think Banjo's about ready to go home. Although he's been a very good boy this trip. Honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, to be honest. Even though he woke up a few times last night, it still wasn't too bad. He was a little bit spooked last night, but I think just a few more trips out in the bush and I think he'll get pretty used to it. He's just so alert. Every single like smell or sound, he's just all over it. Good boy, man. Good boy. Alright, well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hooroo. Thank you, my buddy. See you guys on the next one.